The player with a higher IP is the winner. That's common sense. But sometimes there are things that defies common sense, and one of those things are daggers. Watch us how I defeat people with higher IP but lower skill level using my dagger. So let's start off with this one. I'm up against a 6.1 Quarterstaff and I'm using a 4.1 dagger. Normally I would lose this one, but he dismounted in front of me. That would have been the best way to deal with him, but I didn't have my R and my E. A good dodge right there. It's easy to dodge the Quarterstaff E. You could just iframe whip using your W. Now I'm executing my combo. It's basically a done deal. I have my purge to purge his merc jacket. By the way, this is an old clip, so I was able to do the potion swapping. I'm just gonna be chasing him and then, yeah, killed him. That's another one is I'm up against a tier 8 axe and I'm a 4.1 dagger in this one as well. As you can see, I attacked immediately. That's because there was no boss, and anyone who dismounts in front of a dagger deserves to die. He has Hunter Hood and Merc Jacket, also a Martlock Cape, a very tanky build. So right here I opted for a reset. As you can see, I'm resetting. So this is the best way to win against enemies, is that often than not, if you are low tier, they tend to overcommit. And that's what happened here. I purged his Hunter Hood and killed him right there. So those who overcommit dies. So never overcommit that, guys. Right here, I'm up against a healer. This build is so annoying. If I was using other weapon, I would have been killed a long time ago. So this is a 6.3 healer, and I'm I think 6.1 dagger. He's using a Shoes of Tenacity, so I had to time my R and my E when he doesn't have a cooldown on the Shoes of Tenacity. And there's a rat in there. Man, this build is annoying. Look how he's winning against 2 versus 1. So I decided to kill the rat, because even if I killed the nature stuff, I would have trouble dealing with the Batteaxe then. So I opted to kill the rat, and then we continued our fight. Right here, I'm just waiting for my R and my E to actually be up so that I'll be able to execute my combo. He looted. I'm not afraid in making distance because I could just easily catch up with them. He's just using a Shoes of Tenacity here, but his healing is very annoying. Yeah, so he doesn't have Shoes of Tenacity. That was what I was waiting for. Executed my E. Right there, I was saving my R because he's using Mage Robe. After he used Mage Robe, I used my R, and that's it. Killed him. And then in the next mist, I also met him again. Still build, same build. It's a dragon fight because I had to actually wait for him to use his utilities before I do execute the combo. I'm stacking up my stacks here. I have 3 stacks. Use my R and my E. Right now he's using Cultist Skull, which is a good counter against me. But nevertheless, I'm still fighting. So I'm just gonna be continuing chasing him down. And if you do enjoy this content, hit that like and subscribe button. It helps a lot. So yeah, again, this is a 6.3 user. If I'm not using dagger, I would have been dead, just because he just simply, I would have been dead, or I would have escaped, because simply he could just, you know, slowly wear me down if I don't have any HP regen. But right here, he's using his abilities, so I was like hoping in the next rotation I'll be able to kill him. He used his Cultist Skull, which is good. So in my next R and my E, he doesn't have his Cultist Skull. I'm just waiting for him to use his Shoes of Tenacity before I execute my combo right there. That's what I have been waiting for. And that's a wrap. Another 6.3 kill. And I'm 6.1, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, tier 7 equal. So right here, here's the thing though. You should be able to spot newbies or enemies that are new. Right here, it's a 5.4 nature stuff. Again, I think I'm a nature killer at this point. So basically, he wasted his sprint. Big mistake. He doesn't have sprint. I have my combo in like 4 seconds. I was just waiting for the cooldown, and I don't mind the damage here because I'm pretty sure I would win. Purchase cleric robe. That's it. Easy. Tier 8 against my masterpiece tier 7. Right here, I'm 4.1 if I'm not mistaken. Up against a tier 6.3 curse, but with a gathering gear. So I was confident here because I was like, he wouldn't be able to kill me. Then again, I have my gig pot here. But even though I had my gig pot, I used, I barely managed to do the gig pot there. It has been patched out to swap potions, but during this time it was very good idea. I dodged the Helm of Valor, the Purge, and I'll drink a cabbage soup right there so that I will regen. And I killed that guy, don't worry. I'm just not gonna show it because it's not a good cheek kill. Right here, I'm up against a 6.3 sword, and I'm at a disadvantage here, so I'm keeping my distance, hoping for a reset and baiting his abilities. Because if he uses E and his sprint right there, I'm pretty sure I'll be able to win in the next 2 combos. He's using his W and then he will sprint. I will have to sprint here, so in order to bait his sprint, and I did baited his sprint. Use my Q to stock up. I have 3 stocks, and then he actually decided to fight. I used my R and my E, purged him. He purged late, that's why I win. But even though, like you can see, even though I'm at a very big advantage here health wise, he will turn back and fight, and look at the damage that he will deal against me. There's like, I have no choice, I'll have to fight. Yeah, look at the damage. Still, I still managed to win. It's a tier 6.3 against my tier 8 weapon. Right here, I'm up against a 4.4 Bloodletter, tier 4.473 Bloodletter, if I'm not mistaken. And I'm a tier 6.1 Dagger, but I did OC, so there's that. So I'm just trying to keep the distance here. I use my purge because I'm pretty sure in the next rotation he would be able to kill me if I didn't purge it. So he used his sprint. I decided to bait a little bit. So I'm waiting for him to use his W and his E in the same time before I execute my combo here. But I was hoping that he would actually do that one. Right here, I'll be making a very big mistake. I committed. He still had the sprint. As you can see, I was impatient here. I could have died here. Luckily, I didn't. I purged his sprint, which I don't know why. I sprinted away because I was losing. But as I've noticed, his mana, his energy is not going up. He has energy deficit right there. And I was like, I'm gonna need to keep my distance here enough for him to actually believe that he's winning, but in truth he's not. So I didn't have my purge yet. I just winged it and used my R and my E for the brawl right there. I won the brawl, and I still have my sprint. I still have my shadow edge. I used my sprint, so I was able to keep up with him. And thankfully, I did not use my purge on him during the stalker jacket, because I was able to purge his sprint. And it's basically he dodged, but I have my sprint up, and that's it. It's a done deal. Use my E for the extra speed, but if he didn't use his E to create distance, he would have won. But nevertheless, it's still my win. And up right here, a very, very scary matchup. A 7.3, 5.4 Quarterstaff. Thankfully, he had the wrong skill. He had the wrong Q. And he's using that, sandals. I was like, I could win this. He has a wrong skill. And I forgot I did not eat my food. So I ate my food. Drink the potion right there. like a boss and then use my R and my E. I purge his passive, which is the one that will have extra cast time. It actually helped and I killed him. If you did enjoy this video and want to learn daggers, I have a video on how to use daggers and I have more videos of daggers here. So thank you so much.